Hello, fifth graders. It's Thursday. If you're watching this video, it means I'm either coming to visit you today or I'm coming to visit you tomorrow. Miss Smith's class, I'll be there today to check your proof paper and get you your popsicles and play a game with you. Also bring you the Iron Man mask, show you what's going on with it. I'll give you a quick update in a second. And then Miss Lindsay's class, I'll be there tomorrow, okay? So thank you for working hard. This week's theme, remember, is new beginnings. Why? Because we finished up fifth grade math and now we're diving into sixth grade math, right? So what have we learned so far? Percents, fractions, and decimals are all the same things. They just have different uses and they can be converted, means changed from one to another. Okay, and we're going to work a little bit more on that. And then with that is a sub-skill of dividing with no remainder. So that's what we worked on yesterday. If you remember, you divide, and then when there is a remainder, you don't write the remainder. You just add a decimal with 2 zeros, bring down 1 0 at a time, and keep going until you have no remainder, or you've went about 3 place values, okay? All right, well, let's take a look quickly at, my phone's ringing. Let's look quickly at the Iron Man helmet, kind of give you an update on that, because I know when I come over, it's going to be hard to pass it around because it's still a little bit delicate. So yesterday what I did, so there it is, right? Awesome. Yeah, dude. Yesterday what I did is inside there, and I'll show you guys more today. Inside there, I made the magnetic things that will attach this to the main helmet. So the jaw part I have over there, and right now I'm on day 2 of printing the other side of the helmet, okay? So it is working, knock on wood. Let me go check on it quick. Yes, it is working. It is 6 hours into the print of the 14 hours. I paused it overnight, which was super good news because it resumed today. So I paused it all the way from yesterday and then started again and starting where it left off. So the thing is really, truly amazing. All right. So again, Miss Smith's class, I'll see you in a little bit. And Miss Lindsay's class, or I already saw you, one of the two. And Miss Lindsay's class, I'll see you tomorrow, okay, in person. So let's take a look at actually, let's set up our notebook and then let's get ready for the problem of the day, okay? So switch over to our camera here. Okay, so let's just ignore that for a second. That was your homework from last night. We'll correct that in a second. But first, let's set up our notebook. So let's draw our 2 lines down. Being an avid school, right? College and career readiness, one of the big things we do is stay organized and take good notes. That's how we learn. So today, let's call it fractions, decimals, and percents. So even though we did this lesson already, we're going to add to it today, okay? And what is today, 520 or 519? I think it's 520. Let's go with 5/20/21. I don't even know what date it is. And then here we're going to write problem of the day. And I'm going to get a problem of the day started for you right now, okay? Let's jump back over here. So here's your problem of the day. What is 574 divided by 6 with no remainder? So you're going to do long division again, okay? Does McDonald's sell burgers Sundays? What? But you're also going to, when you do get a remainder, add a decimal and 2 zeros and then bring those down. So go ahead and pause the video now and then do the problem of the day and then we'll take a look at it. All right. So we have, switch back. Okay, so it was 574, right? 574 divided by 6. Oh my gosh, I just blanked out. 754, boy, I had the right numbers, wrong order. 754 divided by 6. Okay, let's go back over to that. Okay, 754 divided by 6. So, how many? Let's switch colors here. How many times does 6 go into 7? One time. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract it 1, bring down the 5. I'm going fast because you should have already done this. How many 6's go into 15? 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Get 3, bring down the 4. Remember, you can only bring down one number at a time. How many 6's go into 34? 5. 5 times 6 is 30. So it looks like the answer, 5th graders, is 125, remainder 4. Okay, but let's do our steps now. We're going to put a decimal. And I like to put it up right away, right there. I just make a line up so I don't forget that it's there. Add your 2 zeros and extend the line if you want to. Bring down 1 0. You can only bring down one number at a time. How many 6's are in 40? 6 times 6 is 36. 40, take away 36 is 4. Bring down the 0. Uh-oh, look what's happening. It's going to repeat forever. 6 times 6 is 36. You're going to get 4. It's going to keep going on forever. It's because you'd add another 0, bring it down. So the way you symbolize this is it's 125 and 66. And then you put a line over it to show that it goes forever. That one will never end. All right, let's look at last night's homework. So if you want to get out last night's homework, it should be in your notebook. Yes, you just had one problem and you typed it into Google Classroom. This was the problem. 573 divided by 5. You check the... All right, we're good over there. Okay, so let's correct last night's homework quickly. We have 573 divided by 5. So here we go. How many 5's go into 5? 1. 1 times 5 is 5. You subtract, you get 0. Bring down the 7. How many 5's are in 7? 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Remember, whenever you write a number up here, then you need to touch it and multiply. 7, take away 5 is 2. Bring down the 3. How many 5's go into 23? 4. Touch it. 4 times 5 is 20. It looks like the answer is remainder 3, right? But nope, we put a decimal and 2 zeros. Put your decimal straight up. Remember, you can only bring down 1 0 at a time. How many 5's go into 30? 6. 6 times 5 is 30. And we're done. Now, I saw a couple of kids on their homework last night when they typed in their answers. They put their answer as this, 1146, which is a common mistake because, look, you have all the right numbers, 1146, but you're missing the decimal because remember the decimal goes straight up. So there's your answer. All right. Let's flip our... Now, if you have room, you can continue to do it. Otherwise, you probably are right here. You probably didn't do that because that was on a different paper, so you still have all your paper. So can you make a little chart now, 5th graders? I'll give you some time to write this right. Fraction, decimal, and percent. And then copy down what you have right here. Copy that just like that. Okay, that's the miracle of pausing the video, right? So what we're doing now is instead of me giving you just fractions, I'm going to give you different stuff, and you've got to be able to think it out. All right, so let's go through these. So first, if we start with a fraction, this is what we did on Tuesday, right? What is 1/2 as a decimal? What's half of a dollar? 50 cents. And because we already have 1 or tenths and hundredths, remember percent is always out of 100. So if you already have hundredths and you have 50, you already have your percent. 50%. Okay, this time though, we're going to start with a decimal. We have, well, in order to make this into a fraction, All you have to do is be able to read the number. Well, let's read the number. 1/10, 1/100. So how do you read this? 58 hundredths. 58 hundredths. And if we already have hundredths, we already have our percent. 58%. So take a second to think about that. Okay, let's switch on this one. This one, we need to do a decimal and a fraction. They give us the percent. Well, the percent, remember, is always out of 100. So it's really 39 hundredths, right? Out of 100, 39 hundredths. So what is that? I just read it, 39 hundredths. Are you seeing a pattern? Now, Miss Smith and Miss Lindsay, I want someone in the class to answer how do you make this one into a decimal? How do you make this one into a decimal? 8/9. Well, there's a problem because all we have, fifth graders, is 1/10 and 1/100. We don't have a 9ths place. So what do you do when you don't know what to do? When in doubt, take it to in and out. So let's take this one to in and out. What does that mean? It means the top number, because remember this says 8 divided by 9. So the 8 has to go in, the 9 has to go out. You put a decimal with 2 zeros, should look familiar. And now we got to try to do this problem. Here we go. How many 9s go into 8? 0. Multiply. 0 times 9 is 0. Subtract, you get 8. Bring down your 0. How many 9s go into 80? Now, if you don't know that right away, that's why 6th grade is going to be a little bit hard because you don't know your multiplication facts. Okay? How many 9s go into 80? 8. 8 times 9 is 72. 80 minus 72 is 8. Look, we're getting this pattern again, 5th graders. 80 again. How many 9s are in 80? 8, 72. It's going to go on forever. It's going to keep repeating even if we add zeros. So the answer would be 88, right? Because we have hundredths, tens, hundredths, 88%. All right. How about this one? How do you read this number? So we have to write it as a fraction first. How do we read this number? Yep, that's the 1/10, the only one I ever asked you to memorize. So if that's the 1/10, it just says 7 1/10, 7/10. But remember, we cannot write this as a percent because percent always has to be out of 100. So what do we have to add right there? A 0, which gives us then 70%. Finally, here is your classwork. So if you guys could copy this down, I'm going to actually write the problems in there, and then you'll have time to work on it. That'll be it. Okay, let's do 1/4 as a percent. Let's do 51% as a decimal. Let's do that as a fraction. And finally, let's do a 1 division, no remainder problem. Let's do 896 divided by 5. Okay, so this is your classwork, and you guys can go over it with Miss Smith and Miss Lindsay, or wait till tomorrow, and we can go over it. It's like your homework. Okay, I look forward to seeing you guys today. Have a great rest of the day. I think we're down to 9 days or something crazy.